21-16 win for the Magnificent Mutts to get things started here at the Three Ball USA Showcase. And let's get it over to Kevin Dana now, who's with two of our winners, Spencer Weiss and Calvin Hermanson.
Thank you, Kyle. And Calvin, we'll start with you. You guys were down big early, 7-1, 7-2, 13-6, 13-7, and then you caught fire from downtown, 3 after 3 or two-pointer after two-pointer. What was the difference for you? What was going through your mind when you were making all those shots?
I mean, it's not like we've been down like that before. It was our first game, but I mean, I was just trying to get in the mindset of it's a long game. I keep shooting. Shooters keep shooting, and eventually they went down to the end.
Spencer, you were very good in attacking the rack. You had that sweet baseline reverse. Walk me through that play and kind of your mindset going into this game.
Certainly, I think the MO on us is we like to shoot threes. So we were struggling getting that going early on. So just wanted to kind of mix things up, get a quick bucket. And I think we really turned it on defensively when we started to feel the pressure a little later on, and just glad we could pull it out.
And Calvin, what's been the biggest adjustment for you going from playing 5-on-5 to getting ready for this 3-ball tournament?
It's just a quicker paced game. I mean, you don't get as many dead balls. It's a lot of conditioning. So you got to make sure you're in shape in this thing. That's why we're subbing every possession. And it's a very different game, but it's a lot of fun. I love playing it.
Well, congrats on the victory, guys. Thank you very much, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Kyle, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. A different game indeed, but I would say that Calvin Hermanson is adjusting well, wouldn't you say? He scored 14 big ones in our first game to start the day, and that is a tough act to follow, but I don't think they're going to have any trouble with that. I told you, we got some of the most talented 3x3 ballers in the world lacing them up here. In case you missed that first game, don't worry, we got you covered. Take a look back at the highlights and how things went down between the Duncan Dobermans and the Magnificent Mutts. I'll tell you what, early on, it was looking like the Duncan Dobermans were going to run away with the basketball game. Sherman Gay was he was unstoppable, scoring bucket after bucket. They asserted themselves offensively, jumped out to a 7-point lead, but then here came the goggled man with the headband, Calvin Hermanson. I mean, whether he was getting to the bucket or getting buckets from 2-point range, I mean, he took this game over for the Mutts, and obviously, fittingly, he ends up hitting the game winner, contested, and lifting his team to victory. I'd say what a way to start this thing off. I think the Magnificent Mutts are going to be a team to keep an eye on. They obviously have the shooters. They have the athletes to get it done. Keep an eye on them. We'll see them back in action tomorrow. So what's coming up next? Well, that would be the New Yorkies against the Hungry Huskies. How do y'all like our names, by the way? The New Yorkies and the Hungry Huskies, getting them laced up, ready to go. I'm familiar with a lot of the players on this New Yorkies team. We'll get into both of these squads a little bit more, but for now we're going to step aside. We're coming back as the Three Ball USA Showcase continues in moments. USA Showcase here in Milpitas, California, just outside the Simon's Great Mall. 3-ball is officially on and popping here in the United States. I can't say that enough. I'm so excited. In case you don't know, Kyle Montgomery hanging with you from here in Milpitas, bringing you this 3-ball USA Showcase. We got one game in the books. Calvin Hermanson leads the Magnificent Mutts to a 6-point win over the Dobermans in the first game. Now we get set for our second game of the day, coming up between the New Yorkies and the Hungry Huskies. But before we do, how about another rule refresher for you? No problem. This is 3-on-3, 3x3, half-court basketball game. No coaches, one substitute. First to 21 wins it, or the team that has the most points when 10 minutes expires. I don't think that we're going to reach the 10-minute limit, though, with the type of players that we have out here. 12-second shot clock. No make it, take it, and the defense must dribble or pass outside the 2-point arc after a missed shot. On the sidelines for us, we have Kevin Dana holding things down as we get ready for this second game of the day. And look, they got a tough act to follow, Kev. What you expected here between the Huskies and the New Yorkies?
Kyle, I mean, this is going to be a fun game coming up, but how about the finish of that last one? I mean, Calvin Hermanson catching fire. Boom, 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 two-pointer after two-pointer after two-pointer. It looked like their team was left for dead midway through that game. I didn't think they were going to be able to make the comeback. I think we made a lot of 3-ball fans after just that first game.
Without a doubt. Got a lot of talent on the court now with the Hungry Huskies and the New Yorkies. With this New Yorkies team, that's even hard for me to say. With this New Yorkies team, I've got a chance to see a couple of these guys compete at the 3x3 World Tour, again, over in Europe over the past couple of years. Super Dave Seegers, playing overseas now, and of course, Disco Damo, known to you as Dominique Jones. These are guys that have kind of help usher in 3x3 to a broader audience. These are guys that have created names for themselves on the 3x3 circuit. Guys that I think will have a little bit of an advantage given their experience out here. We'll see. The Huskies, not quite sure what to expect out of the squad. They got some athletes, got a lot of talent. Shooters, of course, we'll have to see. But in the meantime, we're going to step aside for a moment as we get our in-game introductions get set to get underway here.
New Yorkies. First player right now, number 5, Dominique Disco Dom Jones. Nice. All right, next player, number 10, David Super Dave Seegers. Beautiful. Next player, number 20, Antoine Morgano. And the big fella, number 35, Anthony Cox. That's your New Yorkies right there. All right, next team coming in is the Hungry Huskies. Give it up for number 3, Brensley Haywood. Next player coming up, number 4, Jamel Staden. One of the top players right now in 3x3. Give it up for number 5, Paris PK Kyles. And coming out, big man right now, number 24, Joey King. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we start the game with the coin toss with the official refs right now. Let's see who gets ball first.
It's time for the coin toss, now that the introductions have been formally made. All right, the coin toss going down now that the introductions have been made. Disco Damo out there. And again, a reminder for you, whichever team loses the coin toss, we'll get the ball in overtime should we go to overtime. Hungry Huskies are led by Paris Kyles, PK. I was talking about the experience of the New Yorkies, a couple of their players that I've seen on the 3x3 World Tour. How in the world can I forget about PK? This is a dude that really introduced me to the 3x3 game. My first ever tournament, PK hits a game winner in Mexico City. And since then, I had been hooked. In any case, we're underway here. Our second game of the day, here's PK, Paris Kyles. Saw him on the 3x3 World Tour in Saskatoon last month, representing Team Minnesota. Him and Jamel Staton, Brinsley Haywood, the solid guard out of St. Mary's University. No score yet. Oh, nice move. King has it knocked away. Cox got a hand on it. I love Cox's game, by the way. He is mean from Long Island. Played at Farmingdale State. Played some ball in Canada as well. Disco Damo, former Harlem Globetrotter, I should mention. He got the ball on a yo-yo. So Damo and Cox trying to work the two-man game. Disco Damo doing his dance. Little hezzy. Oh, and he gets the bucket to drop. Damo, you know, he's not the biggest player you're going to see, obviously. He's in a big mismatch here. Staton going to work. Well, I guess Damo did his job, though. So that might be a disadvantage as he's vertically challenged. Meantime, PK, even though he was challenged, he still knocks down the two-piece. Now he's going to guard Super Dave. Dave! Cox. And a foul called on it. Send the big man, Anthony Cox, to the stripe. Take a look back. PK, wet business, top of the key. Now Cox played 2 seasons in Canada's NBL, averaged 6 points per game for Halifax, 4.5 for Moncton, I should say. PK inbounding. Quick feed underneath as Super Dave Seegers is called for the foul. No choice but to wrap up. Get caught in a mismatch like that. So now the Huskies on the move. Get it down low. That's big boy ball. Ooh, but he packed that one like a vacation. Strong D underneath. Organo. Super Dave forces a jump ball, and in the event of a jump ball, it is always awarded to the defense. Another look at the block. Staying on his toes. Organo. No baseline, no. Organo. So foul on blue. That's 3 fouls now on the Huskies. Remember, 7 fouls puts you in the penalty. Kyle Montgomery here with you from Milpitas, California, outside of the Great Mall. 3-ball USA, second game of the day. Dominique Jones. So Damo couldn't hit that one. Disco Damo, in terms of his collegiate career, played Division II, Fort Hays State. Oh, look at that pass. Beautiful dime on a bounce pass. Gano takes care of business. But the Huskies still lead it 4-1. Oh, and a foul behind the arc. So Damo called for the foul. That'll put Brinsley Haywood at the stripe. Haywood enjoyed a pro career in Europe. He's a 3x3 vet. Averaged 10 points per game back in his St. Mary's days. And Haywood gets the second free throw. Trickle in as well. It's a 3-2 game. And just to keep everything on the up and up, you'll notice on our score graphic, bottom left corner of your screen, the score is 3-2. The blue numbers that you see are the fouls, team fouls accumulated. So 4 on the Huskies, 1 on the New Yorkies. Oh, he's got a birdie. He's got a birdie. Joey King with a nice up fake. Gets the bucket. Disco Damo. Too strong on the floater. Staten. Nice ball movement here. Statton's going to get a good look. Cannot connect. Staten drives, drops it down. Yeah, Sharon is Karen. King gets another bucket on the inside. It's 5-2 Huskies. Oh, and another nice back. Well, I thought it was a nice bounce pass. Staten, though, steals it. Staten! Splash. 7-2. Look at the D. I like this matchup, Cox and Staten. Two aggressive players. They don't give up much ground. Take another look. Staten. 2-ball corner pocket. Take that with you. As it's a 5-point lead here for the Huskies, Statton's going to get a rest. And you'll see guys gassed out here. The pace of this game is a lot different than what you see 5-on-5. As PK pulls up and misses the shot. And if my memory serves me correct, back in 2015, Mexico City, where Paris Kyles hit a game winner against Team New York, which featured Disco Damo and Super Dave. So a little bit of history on the court, 3x3 history, as Brinsley Haywood misses it. Super Dave. Not so super on that play. Traveled, turned it over. So remains a 5-point game. Huskies rock on the attack here. Oh, PK. Ooh, the move. He got to his spot, missed the crib though. He had some help missing that layup thanks to a foul. He got knocked on the head by Morgano. So PK will now step up to the stripe and try to add to the Huskies' lead. PK knocks it down. 8-2 ball game, our second game of the day. Cox trying to get to that baseline. Oh, that's a good D. Forces up a crazy shot. But definitely got to credit the defense from Joey King there. And now seeing King a little bit closer. He got a little bit closer to my courtside station. He's a big boy. He's as big as Cox is. Those two kind of jousting for position here at the start of this possession. Each team with a timeout, although neither has used it yet. 6-point game, Huskies looking to add more. And there's Staten out of Minnesota State. 9-2 game. This one's starting off much like our first game of the day, but we saw how that one finished. And speaking of finish, PK, hoop and the harm, get your weight up. Another look. And that's, look, you gotta put on your big boy pants down there. PK been in the weight room. Protein shakes, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, steak. No, I don't know what's in his diet, but he's playing strong underneath. PK knocks down the free throw. King trying to get a hand on it. Cox is like, come on, man. So we're up to 5 fouls on the New Yorkies, 4 on the Huskies, so only one more foul to give. Oh, nice play. Staten down low to King. Super Dave. Cox. Oh, Cox with the move. Oh, but no groove. Gets a lucky bounce, comes right back to him. Disco Damo short on the shot. And then Cox with the follow. Damo, quick hands now. He gets the steal, another possession. He goes glass. And now the New Yorkies starting to wake up a little bit. 8-point cushion. Huskies adding more to it as King continues to do his thing down on the block. And then he gets a block on Cox and steps behind the 2-point arc and misses the 2. Dave, Super Dave. Trying to get to the corner there. Look at the last bucket. And, man, you can see Joey King almost midway into his spin as he received the ball. And Margano, pull up Jamie, please. Don't mind if I do. It's getting physical down low. King and Cox. So here's Haywood. A little misdirection. Try to pull the okie doke on Disco Damo. He didn't fall for it. Morgano, good strong D again. And the interior defense from Joey King in this game has been superb. I mean, having to battle it out with Cox down low, who was like a bull in a china shop. And King just staying sound defensively there. Both hands up and doing a great job protecting that rim. Oh, and now he's blocked. Super Dave goes up top to get a hand on that one. And now to pull up, Morgano, nope, Cox, fade away. Okay, so we got to make sure everything's up and up, on the up and up with the shot clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The ref's like, I don't want to hear it. I got this under control. I know you do. 5 team fouls on the New Yorkies, 4 on the Huskies. 13-8 has been all Huskies. Morgano takes the feed. Damo, 13-6, but we're past the midway point, and here's where you start to see some of that fatigue start to play a part in the game. The last 5 minutes or so, you see guys start to get a little bit winded. This is a sprint, not a marathon, as we say. Staten, a little turnaround, not happening. So Damo, Disco Damo. Oh, don't do that to him. He's a Globetrotter. You got to be on your P's and Q's. 6-point game. Staten. Oh, he had the chair pulled on him. From Super Dave. Now Damo. Bang, bang. 2-piece, no biscuit. 13-9. So another look. Oh, Damo through the leg. Oh, that's the. You can't do that to another grown man and get away with it. If I'm Brinsley, I'm like, yo, I got to get back at you for that. But it would have been worse if Damo actually scored it, but, you know, teammate took care of that. Singer's called for the foul underneath. It's like, come on, son. Seeger's out of the Bronx. Yo, come on, son. That's my best New York accent I can give you. Oh, B, that wasn't a foul. Stat. Strokes it at the strike. 14-9 game. Staten, a former All-Metro, named first team All-State by the Associated Press his senior year of high school. He's been balling for a long time. Gets a couple of free throws. That was the 7th foul on the New Yorkies. They are in the penalty. You don't see the run and hook that much these days. Morgano brought it out of the bag. Couldn't capitalize. It's a 6-point game. 3 minutes to play. 3-possession game. The New Yorkies with some work to do. Disco Damo, he's starting to heat up a little bit now. 5-point game. It's Haywood. Haywood, little hezzy, kicks it to PK. PK. Oh. Defended well. Shot clock violation. New Yorkie's going to have to be Careful on the defensive end, again in the penalty. Huskies with only 14 fouls, so they can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on that end here in the final 2:45 officially in this game. Gonna have a fresh shot clock, 12 on the shot clock. And again, a 5-point game. Damo, dime. Morganos on the backdoor cut. And all of a sudden it's 15-11 now. Staten couldn't connect. Haywood, his pass is deflected out of bounds. So the Huskies will start with it. Top of the key. 2.5 to play and a 4-point lead. So a little bit of deja vu. Ooh, PK, look my one hand. Cruises to the crib. 16-11. Damo, the old school up fake, got Haywood in the air, and he knocks down the free throw line J. Now Haywood trying to get some get back, and that one's too strong. Haywood with his hands full on Damo. Damo to Cox. Cox. Foul. King must have scraped him on the elbow, but fundamentals, kiddies. You got to stay on the ground. Don't go for the pump fake. Disco Damo, a part of the comeback effort for the New Yorkies. And every bucket, every possession counts. Cox misses that free throw with 1 minute and 50 left. Here's King. Beat up, fade away, nothing happening. 6 fouls, by the way, on the Huskies. They have no more to give. So next defensive foul, either team will see free throws. As Super Dave gets to the rack, 16-13. PK, nice pass. King, great concentration at the rim. He finishes it with the left hand. First to 21 wins it. Oh, look at the spin. Oh, that was Purdy. Morgano. We're in cyclone mode. The Yorkies within 3. Oh, PK just mauled at the bucket. Yeah, no easy buckets in 3x3. That is for sure. PK gonna take his time stepping up to the free throw stripe here. Kind of shake that off. PK's been a part of the 3x3 World Tour since 2012. So the inaugural year of the FIBA 3x3 World Tour, which we see every summer over in Europe and Asia. But many of these players have got their 3x3 start. PK knocks down the first of 2. And the second free throw, money in the bank, 5-point game. But the Huskies within the possession, winning this thing. Disco Damo trying desperately to get his team in it. They got a minute left, only a buck left on the game clock. And Morgano whistle for the foul. That's going to put King on the stripe. King with a chance to win it again. First to 21 wins it, and he'll have 2 free throws to see if he can ice it. We'll remind you once again, our foul rules. You get 2 free throws for team fouls 7 through 9. If you get up to 10 team fouls, which you rarely see, you'll see 2 free throws and possession. I say you rarely see 10 fouls. Don't look now, but the New Yorkies got 9. Doesn't matter anyway, because that's your ball game, courtesy of Joey King doing the honors from the stripe. He knocks it down, seals the dub. 21-15 officially in favor of the Huskies. And really a hard-fought game. I think the New Yorkies, though, dug themselves too deep of a hole to come back and win this game. So, again, it's the Huskies 21-15 on the back of Joey King as they get our second win of day 1 here in Milpitas. The action continues here momentarily. Welcome back to the 3-Ball USA Showcase. The Hungry Huskies on the heels of a 21-15 win. We'll get it over to Kevin Dana, who's with Paris Kyles, and Joey King after the win.
PK, big victory for you guys there, hard-fought win. It was 2-2 early, then you guys went on that 10-0 run. The New Yorkies kind of got back in there late, but it was that 10-0 run that really created the separation. What worked well for you guys during that stretch?
Staying aggressive and being physical worked really well for us. We knew that we had to set the tone to begin the game because they're a great team, and if we let them get rolling, it'd be tough to stop them.
Joey, you iced it with a couple of free throws, and that was a result of getting in the bonus earlier in that game. They made their run, the New Yorkies, cut it to 4, but then you guys got in the bonus. How big was that for you guys late?
Oh, it's huge. You know, we have a group that's really good at shooting free throws, and we know that if we were aggressive against Harlem early, if we could get to that bonus, we knew we'd be in great shape.
Congratulations, guys. Best of luck the rest of the way. Kyle, back to you.
All right, appreciate you, Kevin. The action just starting to heat up here on our first day of play, 3-Ball USA. So in the winner's circle so far, the Magnificent Mutts and the Hungry Huskies. How the Hungry Huskies get here? Well, we're going to show you right now. You talk about that 10-0 run. That came up later, but early on, this was a game that was hard to decide. Joey King was asserting himself down low. The New Yorkies got off to a slow start. It was looking like a potential repeat of our first game of the day. So a 7-point lead for the Huskies early on. And then all of a sudden you saw Disco Damo doing stuff like that to Brisley Haywood. Just stop it. And the comeback started to ignite somewhat for the New Yorkies. Disco Damo with a nice up fake got to a spot there, but I tell you what, Paris Kyles and Joey King connecting early and often throughout this game. King doing his thing from the free throw stripe. He's got ice water running through his veins as he seals the win for the Huskies. Who's going to get a dub in the next game? Oh, my goodness. It's the #1 team in the world, Craig. Novi Sad from Serbia against the Leaping Labradors coming up next here at the 3-Ball USA Showcase. You better not go nowhere. We're coming right back with more hoops action.